So today we are going to compare two Ultrabooks. One is the Dell XPS Plus 13 and the other is a Lenovo Thinkpad X1 Nano Generation 2. Let's start with the display. The one that I have for Dell is the Full HD Plus Touch display, a 13.3 inches display with 500 nits of max brightness. I really like the brightness of the screen. For context, I use an M1 MacBook Pro 16 with a high refresh rate mini LED screen. I still found the Dell display pretty satisfactory. The Thinkpad Nano, on the other hand, has a 2K IPS panel on 13 inches, not 13.3, and has a max brightness of around 450 nits. Now, this has a matte display, anti-glare, anti-reflective, and all of that. But personally, the Thinkpad screen, for some reason, gave me a headache after a while, in spite of adjusting the brightness and it having a higher pixels per inch count. So I give this point to Dell in this comparison. Second is the performance and battery life. Both has Intel i7-1260P processors with 16 GB LPDDR5 RAM, which is the fastest type of RAM available in the market right now. In terms of storage, the Dell has 512 GB SSD versus the Thinkpad, which has 1 TB SSD. Now, in terms of performance, both are able to handle normal tasks sufficiently fast and snappy. After a while, both laptops got really hot and there was a drop in performance due to throttling. I use both laptops only for productivity tasks like spreadsheets, browsing with multiple tabs open, checking emails, typing on notes, etc. No video, photo editing or coding of any sort. Now with this use case, I got a battery life of around 7 to 7.5 hours with Dell and around 6 to 7 hours with the Thinkpad. I would give it a draw as both perform similarly, and with time, the battery life should theoretically increase as the laptop learns from your usage patterns. Now, third point, the build quality. Both are extremely well built for an Ultrabook and there was no flex on the keyboard or chassis on both laptops. So both pass with flying colors and are a draw for me. Fourth is the design. The Dell wins this hands down for me with its beautiful and spectacular design. The Thinkpad, on the other hand, is more functional over form and has a useful feature where you can bend the display to 180 degrees, unlike Dell in that aspect. The keyboard, both laptop has an excellent typing experience, but the one on the Dell is altogether on a different level when compared to each other. The keys feel really good to type on and I encountered no issues with the capacitive function rows keys. Dell wins this one. Touchpad. Now, Thinkpad has a traditional trackpad with physical keys, whereas Dell has a glass surface with a haptic feedback. I found the Dell to be more accurate, precise, and the haptic feedback on the touchpad was absolutely on par with the ones on the MacBook. I'll give Dell the edge on this. Now the port side, both has two USB-C Thunderbolt 4 port. Dell has one on each side, which is convenient, whereas the Thinkpad has both on one side. But the Thinkpad does have a headphone jack where Dell has completely removed them. So I give the point to Thinkpad. In price, I feel both laptops are overpriced at their original sticker price, but they do have a lot of offers from time to time. I got the Thinkpad Nano for $1,278, whereas the Dell for $1,349. To summarize, both laptops are very competent, has similar performance and battery life, and has great build quality for their size. Now, if you're thinking of video editing or intensive coding, both laptops will get pretty hot and start throttling a bit. Go buy a physically bigger laptop with better heat dynamics if that's the use case that you're looking for. But for daily tasks, both are more than enough, and portability is the biggest USP here. Comparing both, if headphone jack is a must, then your only choice is Thinkpad Nano. But if that is no concern, then the Dell edges over the Thinkpad due to its design, keyboard, trackpad, and display. Personally, I kept the Dell for the same reasons. So hope this video helped you make a better decision. Cheers.